Good morning, students. This is your teacher Neelam Elawat, and today we'll continue our chapter, that is chapter evolution, and this is our lecture number 3, students. Right, everyone? And I hope you are studying well, you're keeping yourself healthy and safe. Okay, and I hope you had your great exams. So let's continue with our chapter today, students. Now, coming to the fact that we were discussing regarding the evolution concept, how different life forms have evolved. So basically, if we talk about on the surface of the earth, we have studied that earth is formed billions of years ago, isn't it? The earth was formed billions of years ago, and a lot of studies have been performed regarding the evolution, and the scientists thus have concluded that earth is billion years old. It is not about 1,000 years old, it is just about billions of years old. And this geological time can be divided into eras, periods, and epochs. Okay, so we can divide the whole time into different eras, periods, and epochs. And we can easily study the rocks also. We know the rocks, they have been formed by the sedimentation. Sedimentation means slowly and gradually there is a deposition of the soil that has been formed, and the animals, you can say, sediments of the deposits of the remains of plants and animals on the different layers, in the different layers of the earth. Now, different sediments, they contain different life forms. This means these particular layers of the soil, they correspond to different time periods, and they must have died in different time periods and thus get deposited into the layers of the earth, which we called as different sediments, right? Certain organisms, they have become extinct during different phases. Like we talk about dinosaurs, till date we are not able to determine why does the dinosaurs became extinct, and we still have theories. Some say it is because of the climatic change that were occurring on the surface of the earth. There were sudden changes, and these organisms, they could not tolerate those sudden changes that were happening in the environment. They could not adjust with it. But the exact information, what exactly has happened during that point of time, nobody knows. Nobody has a concrete idea. So certain organisms, they have also become extinct in different phases of the earth. And we have found that the upper layers, it has been observed that the sediments that are present on the upper layers of the earth, they are of modern organisms, while which are found in the deeper layers, they belong to the older life forms, and they are very, very simpler. So with time period which occurred on the earth, the complexity has increased in the different life forms, and they have modified themselves from simpler to complex structures. Now, there are different evidences that support this theory. Okay, we know that we talk about the evolution, we say that slowly and gradually the different life forms, they have modified themselves, they have become adapted better to the environment, and thus resulted in the evolution. So there are certain evidences that support this fact that yes, life has modified itself during the course of the time. And these evidences we can talk about, like we can categorize into paleontological evidences, embryological evidences, the evidences that have come from the comparative anatomy and morphology, and some evidence they belong to the molecular homology and biogeography. So we'll be talking about each evidence separately. Now, coming to the first term, that is your paleontology. Paleontology means it is the study of fossils. I hope, dear students, you know what are fossils. Can you tell me what are fossils? Yes, everyone, tell me. Yes. Fossils means the dead remains of plants and animals. Okay, fossils are dead remains of plants and animals. So the animals and plants that existed once they died, so their body structures, their parts of the body, they were embedded into the layers of the soil. Okay, those impressions, they are referred to as fossils. It could be the impressions, like I'm showing you a photograph. Just see this. See, people, they are digging the surface of the soil to find out when this concept has evolved. Then even your Indus civilization, the whole of the cities were discovered in this format. Okay, whole cities were discovered. So wherever there are chances, wherever it is believed that there are chances of discovery of some fossils, then there वहाँ पर जो है सॉइल में खुदाई की जाती है डियर स्टूडेंट्स, और वहाँ से फॉसिल्स को डिस्कवर किया जाता है. एंड सच यू सी, दिस इज़ अगेन अ फॉसिल. यू सी द इम्प्रेशंस ऑफ, इज़न्ट इट, सॉइल में जो इम्प्रेशंस देख पा रहे हैं, लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स आपको नज़र आ रहा है. दिस इज़ अनदर इम्प्रेशन ऑन द रॉक्स. सी it seems that of dragonfly, isn't it? Like such. So these are all your fossils. They could be the impressions, they could be the bones, any leftover portion of the plant and animal which was buried into the surface of the earth will be acting as a fossils. So fossils are nothing but they are the dead remains of plants and animals that were existed once, and then they, after their death, they were got buried inside the soil. So when we study the fossils, this study of fossils is called paleontology. Now when we study the different fossils, the fossils, different variety of fossils that have been obtained in different layers of the soil. So we can say that they belong to different time period. The ones which are found on the upper layer of the soil, they are of recent ones, and the ones which are buried deep into the surface of the earth, they are of very much old period. So geological time period in which the organism exists, we can have an idea when they had existed on the surface of the earth. Secondly, we know that different life forms, as we study them today, we find that there is a gradual modification. The organisms which were existed thousands of years ago, they were very, very simple, while the modern ones, the recent ones, they are a little bit complex. And we also say have concluded that some life forms, new life forms had appeared in different periods of the earth. So the older ones, they were very, very simple. Recent ones, they are a little bit complexer. And as the earth has moved on, as the life has moved on, some new life forms have been created on the surface of the earth, and some have become extinct from the surface of the earth. And as I've described it, these are all fossils. Now, second evidence is the embryological evidence. Now, first we need to understand what is embryological. Embryological means we will compare the embryos of different vertebrates. Okay, we will compare the embryos of different vertebrates. Now, this theory of evolution, or you can say this evidence for the evolution, has been proposed by Ernest Haeckel. He was the one who proposed it. Now, before we discuss it, let's see some of the photographs. Let's see some of the images. You will be very clear with it. See, these are the embryos. This is an embryo of fish, embryo of reptile, embryo of bird, and embryo of human beings. Just look at the pictures and just observe them. You will find that there are certain features in all of them which is common to all of them. Right? See, the gill slits, they are present in the fishes, isn't it? In reptiles also, in birds also, and in mammals also. You can say human beings also. So there are certain structures which is common to all vertebrates, but these structures, they are absent in adults. Like human beings, they do not have gills in the mature stage. Birds also do not have. Right? Similarly, the reptiles don't have. Fish have. Fish has the gill slits. So if we study the embryos of all organisms, especially the vertebrates, so we have found that some organs, they have a common plan. They have a similar plan of development. But later on, these structures which were found to be present in all of them, they are not present in the adult vertebrate. Human beings, birds and reptiles, and gill slits, they are only present in the fishes. Right, everyone? Clear? let's study it. So Ernest Haeckel, he has proposed that ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Ontogeny means the development stages, okay, and phylogeny means the evolutionary phases, okay. So it says that the embryological stages of organisms, they recapitulate their evolutionary history, okay. They recapitulate means they repeat their evolutionary history. So when we compare the embryos of all vertebrates, see just now we've done it. So we observe that gill slits, they are present in all embryos, right? Gill slit is present all the embryos, although it is not found in the adult vertebrates. Only fishes have the gills in the adult stage. Rest, all the three, they do not have the gill slits in the mature stage. Second is notochord is present in all vertebrate embryos, isn't it? We can also see notochord. This is your notochord, this small portions that you see. So this is called a notochord. So notochord is present in all the vertebrates. But this proposal of you can say the Ernest Haeckel was disproved by von Baer. Von Baer has disproved it, okay. He noted that the embryos, they never pass to the adult stages of other animals. He said that it is not possible that an embryo can pass to the adult stage of another animal, okay. Now third concept, the third evidence that we have to talk about is the comparative anatomy and morphology. Now before we discuss it, we need to understand these words anatomy and morphology. Morphology means the external features. Anatomy means what is present inside, like your different organs, isn't it? Anatomical structure. Morphologically means the external structure. So we will compare comparative anatomy and morphology. So we'll compare the morphology and anatomy of different organisms. Okay. Now when the comparison is made, when there is a comparative anatomy, morphology is done, we observe that both similarities and differences are present among the organisms. Some, they show similarities even today, and they are similar to those organisms which were once existed on the surface of the earth. So homology means we will try to identify the similarities in structure. Okay, we will try to identify the similarities in structure. So homology means it's a relationship among organisms of different groups. Okay, it is a relationship between, we will compare the organisms of different groups and they will exhibit similarity in the structure and embryonic development. They will be similar in structure and development, but they will be performing different functions. Okay, dear ones, two main things. One, they will be similar in structure, but they will be performing different functions in different organisms. Okay. Now, since there is a homology, let's talk about few such organs. Now, look at this. Just look at these examples. This is a flipper of seal which is used during swimming. This is a wing of bird which is used for flying. Right, everyone? This is of bat. Then this is of, you can say this is a horse, you can say. Leg of horse which he uses for running. And this is hand of human beings. Now compare the structure of the, see, functionally they are different. Wings, they are used for flying, legs are used for walking, and hands of human beings, they are used for grasping the things. But the internal structures of all of them is same. इन सबका जो internal structure है वो सबका same है. आप देख सकते हैं they have the same number of bones, 3 bones in the same manner in all of them. There also you have 3 bones, see, same structure. Again here if we have same, again. But although the structure is same, but they all are performing different functions. So that is why they are referred to as homologous organs. What do we call them, dear students? Homologous organs. What do we call them? Homologous organs. So homologous organs means they have similar structure, but they perform different function. Now coming to the plants, you see this is a bougainvillea and this is a cucurbita. Just compare this thorn with the tendrils. these structures, they are functionally the same, means they are performing different functions. Thorn is, you can say, saving the plant from predators. Again, these tendrils, they help a plant to cling to some hard substance, but they're structurally, they are the same. So, thorn and tendrils, they are structurally same, although they are performing the different function. Okay. So, we can say on the basis of homology, we can say that all these organisms, they had some common ancestor at some point of the time. Since we observed that all of them, they have a similar structure, so we can conclude that at some point of the time, they had some common ancestor. Okay, they had a common ancestor. So, we can say a very concrete fact, that this homologous organs, they are result of divergent evolution. Means, although they had the same structure, but each organism, depending upon its environment, has adapted itself differently according to its needs. ठीक है? Although हर organism में जो है वो structure same है in particular organs का, लेकिन इन्होंने अपने environment के हिसाब से, अपनी ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से अपने आप को change किया है, और इसीलिए उनका फंक्शन डिफरेंट हो गया है. स्ट्रक्चर सेम होते हुए भी उनका फंक्शन डिफरेंट हो गया है. सो होमोलोगस ऑर्गन्स, दे बेसिकली provide us evidence of divergent evolution, right? And they provide us an support of, or you can say evidence of divergent evolution. Okay, everyone? Now, second is analogy. Analogy, or we can say just you can say exact opposite of homology. Homology mein we had same structure but different function. Analogy mein we will have different structure but same function. Okay, so this is a relationship where or different groups of organisms will have same function but they will have different structure. Okay, structurally their organs will be different but the function will be same. Let's see an example. Let's see this. This is a diagram of human eye and this is a diagram of octopus eye. I hope you can observe the similarity. Isn't it? Are they similar or different? Are they similar or different? So are their function is same or different? Just tell me, what is eye used for? Obviously, eye used for seeing the things, isn't it? We see the things with the help of our eyes. Okay, everyone? We see the things with the help of our eyes. So both the eyes, they perform the function of seeing the things, but structurally they have a difference. Okay, structurally they are different. You can observe. Clear? Same way you can talk about the wings in case of butterfly and the bird, or both of them, they have the wings. Wings have same function, but you see the structure is different. Then coming to the plants, potato and sweet potato. Okay, both of them, they are the tubers. Okay, both of them, they are tubers, right? Both of them, they have the same function, but their structure is different. Both of them, they are structurally different from each other. I hope you've understood. Right? So, eyes of octopus and eyes of those of mammals, the wings of butterfly and flippers of the whales and dolphins, or those of penguins, then tuber of sweet potato and potato. So, we can say analogy means the convergent evolution. Okay, analogy means convergent evolution means or different organisms, they had same structures, isn't it? Although their function is same and they are coming to a same point, right? So we can say analogy provide us evidence for convergent evolution. Homology provide us evidence of divergent evolution. Clear, everyone? So in this case, different organisms, when they were living in the same environment, okay, different organisms when they were living in the same conditions, that is same habitat conditions, then in them similar adaptive features have developed. Okay, similar adaptive features have developed, although internally their structure is different. Then we come to the molecular homology. Okay, on the similarity in the molecules, in the biomolecules of different organisms. So molecular homology, okay, the study that deals with the you can say biomolecules, and we observed that there is large amount of similarity in the biomolecules which are present in different groups of organisms. Like the sequence of nucleotides and nucleic acids and many proteins, they are similar in apes and human beings. If we compare the human beings and the apes, we find that there is similarity in the nucleotide sequences found in nucleic acids, and many proteins, they are similar. Other than this, there is biochemical similarity in different organisms. Okay, so biochemically means different biomolecules which are present inside the body of different organisms, they are also found to be the same, means same molecule is present in different organisms. Okay, same molecule is present in different organisms, so they also exhibit biomolecule similarity. So far we have talked about the embryological evidence, isn't it, students? First we have talked about embryological evidence, right? Then we have talked about paleontological evidence. Okay, everyone. Then we have talked about homology, homologous organs. Then we have talked about analogous organs. Then we have talked about molecular homology, isn't it? So far we have talked about the 5 things, and that provide the evidence for the evolution. Coming to the biogeography. Biogeography means how organisms are distributed on the surface of the earth. Suppose this is your earth. So what are the areas where these organisms are distributed, right? So biogeography, it basically talks about the distribution of different organisms, right, which is in that restricted region. How the organisms, they are present in different parts, and the organisms which are belong to different parts of the earth or the world or the nation, how they are similar to each other. Second concept is habitat isolation. Habitat isolation means, suppose this is the place where organism is mostly observed to be moving in. So that area is called its habitat. Okay, that area is called its habitat. Like if I talk about myself, I generally live in my house, then I go to the school or I go to the market. So my general habitat is that I will be in the Sonepat district only. I won't go out, isn't it? So normally the area up to which an animal moves is called its habitat. Okay, and we observe that animals also have such habitats. They do not normally move out of their habitats. Generally they remain in that particular area only, isn't it? हम जनरली ये देखते हैं नेचर में कि एक एनिमल एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में ही रहता है, वो ज़्यादातर उस एरिया से बाहर नहीं निकलता है, तो वो उसकी हैबिटेट है, ठीक है. And it is separated from other habitats. Suppose if an animal is living in this particular area, he will remain in this. He will not mix up with this area and this area. So that is called habitat isolation. And this habitat isolation has restricted these organisms to a particular area on the earth. Okay, because generally this becomes a nature. So this habitat isolation has restricted the animals in going out of those areas, isn't it? They are not frequently moving out of their habitat. So coming to your homework, dear students, first of all, you will make notes of this topic. And secondly, we'll go through the page numbers 129 to 131 of your NCERT. Dear students, just go through these pages, underline the important things, right? Underline, and then you see to try to make one-word questions, multiple choice questions, if you could make out of the NCERT pages. And if there is any doubt, any word that you find that you are not clear, you please let me know. You can send your queries on my personal number. Okay, everyone? So that's all for today, everyone. Bye.